Hi, I'm Roger Peterson. Welcome back to Pro 423. Several years ago, I was in a small group meeting with some couples, and we were discussing this issue of finding a friend and getting to a point with that friend that you could share your deepest struggles, your inner patterns of dysfunction, your overreacting, your anger, your control, or your fear, or your apathy. And this one lady said, I've had enough with that. There's no way I'm going to share. I've gotten burned so many times. There's no way I'm going to share that stuff with a friend. But the way she solved the problem is that she said to me, I'm paying someone to be my friend. And what she meant by that was she was seeing a professional counselor. And I think that's a great idea to begin with. I think it's a great place to start. If you can't trust people, find a counselor to pay and find someone that now there are bad counselors, just be aware of that. But find one that makes sense to you and that you feel truly cares about you and begin to deal on this, work with this stuff. But I would make it your goal eventually to get strong enough in your heart to be willing to risk and to start opening up with people and with friends again and finding friends to talk to about those things as well. A couple more things I want you to just to throw in the blender here before we wrap up this idea of finding a friend. Go slow when you are sharing with somebody about these things. In other words, hey, what do you think about just getting together sometime and talking? I've been wrestling with some stuff, and it's kind of complicated, but some deep patterns of anger that I've had for a long time now, and I just need someone to help me talk it through. What do you think? Right? And then if it goes well, you move on and tell them a little bit more, perhaps. I wouldn't start with, hey, I need someone to help fix me. Would you commit the next 5 years to me every week? Right? And plus, add the idea, I'm looking for a group of guys so that not any individual feels the weight of all of it. And it can get heavy. I also wouldn't make it a mandate that the other person share their stuff with you. That should happen naturally, I would think. Okay? So take your time on that. But just if you start to share, it most likely will open up them sharing back with you as well. Also, I would find someone who's very slow to give advice. If people are giving advice, you know what that means? It means they're not listening. Find someone who's more interested in helping you think it through than them telling you what they think. If you find someone giving you a bunch of advice, it's just going to frustrate you. Remember, the answer doesn't lie in what they had to say. The answer lies in you processing how you feel about what you went through. I mean, there's things to think about and things to discover, but the main thing is for you to be able to process. You need a listener, someone who can ask questions, okay? Well, I really want to encourage you to go down this road of finding a friend. Ephesians 3 has one of my favorite verses that says, may Christ be more and more at home in your hearts as you trust in him. That word trust can take some religious angles and end up meaning nothing. So the way I say it is, may Christ be more and more at home in your heart as you do things that scare you, but you know are right. As you do things in which you actually need God because it's scary. And the Bible says if you'll make that a pattern of always doing things that scare you just a little bit, but you know are right, what it will lead to is Christ being more and more at home in your hearts. Now there's motivation. Go for it.